Hey guys, I'm making this video because the NC apparently cannot fly on the Waterson server. I've been seeing less and less Reaver pilots, and that's sort of sad and disappointing because I remember times when the NC would be decent at flying, and now apparently everything has gone to shit. So, in this video, you newbies out there, I'll be showing you guys what you should use and why you should use the recommended loadout that I made for both of my anti-air and anti-infantry / armor Reavers, and hopefully, you know, this will change the outcome of the NC's shitty piloting skills. All right, so let's begin with our AA, I guess. Before we go to weapons, let's do these three utility, defense, and performance categories first. So for my utility, I use decoy flares because lock-ons are bad no matter where you are, like where the lock-on comes from. So if you're, and by this I mean, like, let's say a mosquito locks its missiles on you, you're gonna take damage unless you're very good at avoiding, which many people aren't. You're gonna get fucked. So lock-on flares, that's why there's decoy flares. These will save your life, believe me. Plus, it gives you sort of gives you second chance. That way, you won't take that much damage. Recently, they did buff the fire suppression, so it repairs your vehicle. So, if you're into dogfighting, I guess you don't necessarily have to use the decoy flares, but I do recommend the fire suppression because it instantly, well, it's not instant. Over the period of 5 seconds, 3% of your vehicle is repaired. But keep in mind that it can only be activated every 60 seconds, and the lock-on flares are every 35 seconds. Also, keep this in mind as well. When you max this out, I think it's like 9% of the vehicle health over 5 seconds. I'm not sure about the percentage, but as you can see, they both have 4 tiers, and in the long run, fire suppression is cheaper than decoy flares. But that's completely a preference thing, and depending on your proficiency at flying, that's how you decide what you would go with. But if you're a complete noob, just go with decoy flares, because, let's be honest, you're going to get locked on a lot if you don't know how to fly. So just play it safe. So defense-wise, I used to have composite armor. Now I only recommend composite armor for scout reavers. Because it's sort of like, it doesn't. This is the only thing it's good for. Flak from maxes or sky guards, and small arms fire. And what a lot of people fail to notice when they use composite armor is that it only blocks damage from, well, it only reduces damage from flak and small arms. It doesn't reduce damage from tanks or lock-on missiles or pretty much like. I guess for the NC would be the Wartech, but for the I don't remember what they're called for the other faction, but yeah. So keep in mind that the nose cannon and the wing mounts are not applied with composite armor. So you would only really go with this if you're a scout reaver, and a scout reaver would obviously have not have the dogfighting airframe, but instead it would have the racer speed airframe because you'd need the fucking speed. Because you'd be defenseless, because you'll also have afterburners and stuff. Also, a recon Reaver would also have the scout radar, but I don't do recon because that shit's for pussies. No, it's not. I just don't like to do that shit. So I use the dogfighting airframe because the Reaver is significantly disadvantaged from the beginning about maneuverability. And the dogfighting airframe, when you max it out, it sort of puts you on a level playing field. I still believe that the actually, I've flown mosquitoes with their airframes, the dogfighting airframes, and that shit is slippery as like snakes. Well, actually, as lube. So I would highly recommend dogfighting no matter what. Keep in mind, you can sort of manipulate dogfighting airframe by increasing your mouse sensitivity, but then you'd have to make really small increments with your mouse. Also, you can manipulate hover stability by holding space and S, in a sense, or just holding S and space, I guess. But like I haven't seen many people use hover stability, but I hear it's sort of good. It depends on how you play your Reaver. But keep in mind, I highly recommend the dogfighting airframe, no matter what it is. Racer is good for scouts. Hover stability, you can sort of mimic it if you're skilled at piloting, and you can also mimic dogfighting by increasing sensitivity to your Reaver through settings. Um, so the utility, defense, and performance are the same for my anti-infantry and armor. My main weapon in this case would be the nose cannon is the Vortec rotary. Keep in mind the M20 Mustang is very, very good. The main difference is that the Vortec has a higher fire rate and more damage, I think. Let me see. Damage. You know what? Let's compare them. It should be so much easier. So, yeah. Yeah, it does more damage, the Vortec rotary, overall. So, that's why you would go with the Vortec rotary. Highly recommend it. You can't go wrong with it. But you could still do some heavy damage with the Mustang. You could take out armor with this if you hit a critical. But you could also take out armor with the Vortec if you hit it at critical spots. And you could most definitely take out armor with the Reaver Mustang, which is practically a flying shotgun. I don't recommend it though, because it's a fucking shotgun, and if you hit fire, I guess that's good, but a lot of people don't hit fire. And let's be honest, Vortec rotary is automatic, so you could just keep holding mouse 1. You get more ammo with the Vortec rotary, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. For my attachments on it, I have the 1.25 zoom and ammo capacity 5. Keep in mind, ammo capacity can vary depending on a pilot. It really depends on how often you want to go back to base and resupply. I do recommend reload speed on the rotary. As you may notice, I haven't invested anything on it. But at one point, probably when I reach 100 or like level 70, well, battle rank 70, I'll probably have reload speed maxed. I don't use the cannon that much. Like, I don't reload that much. I hit fire a lot. And actually, now that I think about it, if you were to compare magazine size and reload speed, they sort of balance each other out at the end. Because the reload speed has higher tiers, so it'll sort of be the same thing, except you'll just have to reload. That makes any sense? Maybe I'll make a graph and link it in the description box. No, I probably won't do that. That's too much work. But yeah, so regardless, I recommend the reload speed over magazine size, assuming that you hit fire. But if you don't, then just go with don't bother with reload speed. My wing mount is the Tomcats for my fighter. That's a zoom, 1.25 zoom, lock on time, and ammo capacity. Keep in mind, you could use lock on range and reload speed. Like, this is by far the most flexible of all the weapons the Reaver has, because of all the combinations you can do to it. So, for example, the lock on time is good if you get the drop on somebody, but reload speed is also good if you get the drop on somebody. And of course, lock on range is good if you get the drop on somebody, because you get to fire from longer distances. That way, you won't be so close, and you can still get away. It's more of a troll tactic, the lock on range, because think about it. You're like you're a while away. You just target him, and the guy doesn't even see you. So he's probably like, "Where did that missile come from? Where are they locking onto me?" So he'll probably look on the floor first, unless you're flying over mountains, where he would then scout the area, which would be the air. He would just look around and stuff. So you could troll a lot of people with the Tomcats. But the only way to do it is if you get the drop on him. And of course, you always want to max ammo capacity, because you could, like I said earlier, ammo capacity depends on how much you want to go back to base and resupply. And if you're a fighter plane in the middle of enemy territory, you want that maxed. And that's pretty much the only time I would go with AA, when I'm over enemy territory. So my anti-infantry / armor Reaver is the same for everything. The nose cannon, utility, defense, and performance, they're all the same as my anti-air. The only difference is the wing mount, and in this case it's the breaker pods. So keep in mind, guys, the breaker pods for the NC are the strongest unguided missiles available on all 3 factions. But then again, well, the damage on this was so much higher, and then they nerfed it a little bit because people complained. But it's still good as long as you hit fire. I highly recommend them. The main advantage of the breaker pods is that it's unguided, so you can just fire it at anything. You could take down galaxies, Reaver, other ESFs, and liberators and stuff. Anyway, in it I have the thermal optics. Before it was night vision. I highly recommend thermal because it spots them with a range of 350. Before they nerfed night vision, it would be like thermal. People like heat signatures would glow, would be white, such as player models and like armor. And but they nerfed that, so now it doesn't really do much. Other than just illuminates everything. So go with thermal for the breaker pods. I do recommend reload speed, but then again, it's a luxury item. It's a luxury utility, because as long as you hit fire, you're fine. And the reload speed on this is like, I should say it right here. Reload speed. It's like 5 seconds. So it's really not that bad. It's manageable, and you do want to max this out. But like I said earlier, it's completely depends on how often you want to go back to base and resupply. Alright, so let's spawn a Reaver. Spawn a Reaver. For those of you that are curious, my vehicle flight sensitivity is at 70. And with the dogfighting airframe, you can do all these cool maneuvers, because as you can see, it's very maneuverable, which is great because you'll be encountering a lot of enemy mosquitoes and a lot of talented pilots out there in the other factions, because apparently the majority of NC can't fly. So there's that. Okay. So let's go find us a small target, someplace secluded. And on our way there, I'll show you guys some maneuvers. Alright, I guess we could go over here. That's like what? How far is that anyway? It's like 4 kilometers. We could do that. Okay. So, whenever you encounter an enemy pilot, for crying out loud, do not drive straight. Just don't fucking drive straight. They will eat you. Go as erratic as you fucking can. Go sideways. Go down. Go towards them. The more erratic you are, the better. I don't think I can remember the last time I was shot by enemy aircraft. The only time I do get killed on Reavers nowadays are through the TR lock-ons when my flares haven't cooled down. Also, when you're using breaker pods, make sure you play it safe. Do like a, for example, let's move our waypoint here to East River Sky, and I'll show you what I mean. So like, always come about from a distance, like just like how real airplanes would land. If that makes any sense. Like this video, just come about from a distance and then slow down as you're closer. Because keep in mind, the thermal optics has a range of 350 meters, so you don't have to slow down until you're at around 200 meters from your target. And the more you keep doing this, the better you'll be at eyeballing when you should slow down to engage your target on the ground. At least with the breaker pods. Keep in mind with the, the Tomcats, you should never slow down with the Tomcats because if you slow down, it'll give them a chance to attack you, and you don't want that to happen. Also, with the afterburners, you never ever want to fly with them below 50% unless you're in friendly territory. I know, guys, I'm stuttering a lot, guys. I'm just very tired and haven't had my drugs. So keep it. Always try to keep it up, because oftentimes the enemy fighter will use their afterburners before you'll use yours, so you'll be able to lose them or gain an advantage over them. So always try to fly with at least 50 or 25%. Depends on this, and of course all this completely depends on how good you are at flying. All these little advantages will make you victorious in your battles. Alright guys, I fast forwarded a little bit because I haven't been able to find any worthy engagements for you guys to watch, so now we are flying towards the biolab, where apparently majority of the fighting is going on, and hopefully we'll be able to get some encounters for you guys to witness and all the good stuff. There it is, there's one guy over there. Delicious, okay. Alright, so yeah, this should be rather easy, and we should get a lot of kills, and this should only take a few moments. So actually, let me just see, somebody just texted me, fuck. Alright, let's make this quick. Let me show you guys, we already went over about eyeballing, so keep in mind you could always eyeball. That's good. Oh, so close, so closer. Alright, let's go about... Where'd he go? Where'd this motherfucker go? Oh, fuck's sake. Of course, I haven't reloaded yet. Just a second, guys. I have my audio muted, so I can't really hear the gunshots. I have to mute the audio when I'm recording these videos, cause fuck, when I can't hear myself, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. So, I don't know what the fuck that was. There was obviously some lag going on over there. Is that guy trying to C4 me? Fucking light assault. That bitch ass light assault. I think this is a threesome, by the way, because I saw a couple of TR and shit. And apparently I'm not getting any hit marks. Hold on. Am I lagging or something? What's the deal? What's this? And by lag I mean network lag, not frame rate lag. It's weird. Let's just quickly land. Let me check my network. Got an alt tab. So if the video cuts out, sorry. Alright, I'm good. That was weird. Oh, the video didn't cut out. Okay, looks like you guys lucked out. Of course the map went open, but I'm pretty sure this is a threesome. Yeah, my map's bugged right now. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, my map is completely bugged, as you may see. It is retarded right now. It won't let me zoom out completely. Yeah, I'm getting some lag. I don't know what the shit's going on, and I don't like it. Anyway, let's see if we can do any damage on this guy. Yeah, I'm not liking this lag. I know I'm not doing anything. Maybe someone else is fucking my network up. Damn it. Oh well. Anyway, we killed one guy. Oh, there's a scythe someplace here. Apparently there was a scythe. There you... No, that's not it. That's friendly. Where the fuck did it go? Anyway, let's get back on topic. So, if you do get in a air engagement, this is what you should do. You should run away from it if they have the drop on you, like right now, and find friends, because two fighters are better against a fighter than one fighter. So, there it is. My backup just came about, and now I'll be the bait, and he'll try to kill this fighter, which is always a good thing. So, I already used my flares, and I got locked on, so I guess I'm just going to have to take this like a man and try not to get hit while I make it to friendly territory, or heal enough in the air, and that's not going to happen. But anyway, that's basically it. And keep in mind that when I talk and fly, I fly worse, so that is why all this just happened. But yeah, when you get engaged by an enemy scythe, for any reason, just circle around. Or actually, don't even bother circling around. Just head back to friendly territory. If you know you're going to die, play it safe, go back, find backup. One thing you can do is that memorize the position of the warp gate. For example, the NC warp gate would be to the northeast, and the Vanu warp gate would be to the northwest, and the TR would be to the southwest. So that's a way. That's one way you can keep track of where you are. That way you don't have to keep opening your map and setting personal waypoints. Your waypoint could just stay at your target. Also, what else did I not mention? Alright, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention a very important thing. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the video now. I think I went over a lot of stuff. If there was trouble, if you had trouble understanding anything, just let me know in the comments, or send me a PM, or add me in game. Actually, that'd be more beneficial. I am on Waterson, and my username is the one and only MertB. All that stuff will be in the description box. I'm going to go get off and do some stuff, real life stuff, because good God, I can't play games all day. And like I said, any questions, just comment. Hopefully you learned something from this, you newbies. And yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later.